My wife wanted me to open our marriage, so I decided to divorce her. Now she is crying. I never thought I would find myself in this situation. I was happily married to my wife, Sarah, for 5 years. We had built a life together, shared dreams and ambitions, and supported each other through thick and thin. But everything changed when Sarah brought up the idea of opening up our marriage. At first, I was taken aback. I couldn't understand why she would want to bring someone else into our relationship. Sarah explained that she was feeling restless and wanted to explore her sexuality with other people. She assured me that it didn't mean she loved me any less, but that she wanted the freedom to pursue other connections. I was hesitant, but I loved Sarah deeply and wanted to make her happy. So, reluctantly, I agreed to give it a try. We set some ground rules, like always being honest with each other and prioritizing our relationship above all else. Sarah started going on dates with other men, and I tried to keep an open mind, reminding myself that this was something she needed to do for herself. But as time went on, I began to feel neglected and insecure. Sarah was spending more and more time with her other partners, leaving me feeling like I was no longer her priority. I tried to communicate my feelings to her, but she dismissed them, saying I was being selfish, and that I should be happy for her newfound freedom. It became clear to me that our marriage was no longer the same. The trust and intimacy we once shared were eroding, replaced by jealousy and resentment. I realized that I couldn't continue living in a relationship that made me feel so small and insignificant. One evening, after a particularly heated argument, I made the difficult decision to divorce Sarah. I told her that I loved her, but I couldn't stay in a marriage where I felt so unappreciated and disregarded. Sarah was shocked and devastated, pleading with me to give her another chance, but I knew in my heart that it was the right decision. As I packed my belongings and prepared to move out, Sarah sat on the couch, tears streaming down her face. She begged me to reconsider, promising to end her relationships with other men and focus on rebuilding our marriage. But it was too little, too late. I had made up my mind, and I knew that staying in the marriage would only lead to more pain and heartache. I hugged Sarah one last time, whispering that I hoped she would find happiness and fulfillment in whatever path she chose. With a heavy heart, I walked out the door, leaving behind the life we had built together. Months passed, and I struggled to adjust to my new life as a divorced man. I missed Sarah terribly, but I knew that ending our marriage was the only way to preserve my own sanity and self-respect. I threw myself into work and hobbies, trying to distract myself from the pain of the past. One day, out of the blue, I received a letter from Sarah. In it, she poured her heart out, apologizing for the pain she had caused and expressing remorse for her actions. She admitted that she had made a mistake in asking to open up our marriage, realizing too late the damage it had done to our relationship. Tears welled up in my eyes as I read her words. I could feel the sincerity and regret in every sentence, and a small part of me longed to forgive her and start anew. But I knew that trust once broken is not easily repaired, and that rebuilding a marriage takes more than just words on paper. I wrote back to Sarah, thanking her for her honesty and vulnerability. I told her that I had forgiven her, but that I needed time to heal and move on from the hurt she had caused. I wished her all the best in her future endeavors, hoping that she would find peace and happiness in her own journey. And so, our story came to an end. To souls who once were one, now walking separate paths, forever changed by the choices we made. I will always cherish the love we shared, but I have come to accept that sometimes, love is not enough to overcome the trials and tribulations of life.